Alright, welcome everybody to my Paragon Monolith hero build. Today we are going to be looking at Grim.Exe. We're going to be doing something a little different today for this build, and instead of just showing you guys the final build and explaining how to build it all in general, I'm going to actually show you the build that I have for him from scratch. Now, I don't have the build on paper. I don't really have it memorized either. I just build it pretty much as I go, but I do have a general understanding of where I want my CP to go and kind of all of that. So I'm just gonna pretty much just walk you all through my deck building process here for Grim, and this is a hyper carry build for Grim. So basically, pretty much what I'm going to be seeing, if you take, or what you're going to be seeing if you take this build in game, is you're going to be seeing damage per hit on a player close to, very close to, I mean, I'm gonna say maybe 50 points difference between a Sparrow. So Grim and Sparrow actually have the most damage per second here, and this build will try to get close to what a Sparrow can do. So yeah, my prime card here, what I go for, actually most people go for the Armagus card here because it has 300 damage to structures. But seeing as how he is a carry and he can take down towers relatively quickly, what I prefer to do for heroes that have high DPS per basic attack and that can take down towers very fast themselves, I don't feel like they need the help from the minions. I feel like having the minions take out other minions faster is a lot more helpful. So this is what we're gonna go for here. Is the Warlord, allowing us to take out minions that much quicker. So right off the bat, the stat that Grim needs the less of, right? The one that he doesn't need too much of is attack speed, right? He can get all the attack speed he needs from one late game attack speed focus card, like a Whirling Wand, for example. We're gonna go ahead and go full Major Kinetic here, and then boom, that's it. I don't want any more attack speed at all at any time in this build. No more attack speed. None of the other cards. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of work backwards, right? We're gonna build the first 6 late game cards first, and then we're gonna build the early game cards later. So this right here, this is going to give us all the attack speed that we need. This is a total of 12 CP points worth of attack speed here. We get 3 from the Whirling Wand, and then obviously 9 from the 3 major kinetics. Next up, we want to focus on, seeing as how we already have all of our attack speed down for the entirety of the game, right? We're looking at late game here, right? What we want to do now is just focus on power and crit chance. That's it. Just power and crit chance. And one thing to remember is that basic pen and power, they count as the same, meaning that when you're counting your CP values, 1 CP of power will take up the same spot as 1 CP of pen, and vice versa. So with that in mind, let's actually go here into our crit bonus card, right? We want pretty much just full damage. We want a lot of damage, and we don't really want to mess around taking that away from him. So with that in mind, we have a couple choices here. Ability pen, obviously not. We can go Death Nail, we can go Blade of Agora, or we could go Black Blood Virus for a little bit of sustain. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet there. So let's take a look at the crit chance card. He doesn't have that many crit chance cards, but the ones that he does, I mean, he has the basic ones, you know, Scepter and Spear. So we do have that. We also have Viper Bolt, which is very interesting here to always take into consideration. You do have a Viper Bolt. I said Bolt. Alright, so we have 12 CP of attack speed, right? So we want to hit at least 20 CP in both the power and crit chance, and we want to have enough to go into crit bonus. So let's see here. What I'm feeling like doing right off the get-go actually is going into a Viper Bolt here. We have 12 crit chance there in the card itself. We could do triple dire wound here. That's going to give us a total of 12 total crit chance CPs with this crit chance. So now we're 1-to-1 in attack speed and crit chance. So then if we go, and maybe we'll take a look at pen here. We want to go, we have 1 in power and 1 in penetration, so we need 10 about, but we want to go a little bit more than that, obviously. We don't want to go full basic pen, or do we? Well, what would happen if we go full basic pen? We would be locking ourselves into being only effective versus other heroes. So we're not going to do that. We're actually going to go into a Void Steel Dagger here. To increase our pen by a little bit with a pierce, and then major casts. Okay. Alright. So right now, yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's good. We have we have three 12-point cards, and our stats are more or less evened out. We do have a little bit of a reliance, we're a little bit more heavy on power than we are on crit chance and attack speed, but that is actually okay. We have 1 point of pen here, 1 point of power here, which, yeah, that's actually pretty good. We have enough pierce. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points of pierce here, and then we have 3, 3, 9, 10 points of 10 points. Yeah, 10 points of power. So that's 5 points of pierce and 10 points of power. So far we're at 15 CP power, 12 CP crit chance, and 12 CP attack speed. That's not too bad. We want to increase our crit chance even further, right? We want to increase our crit chance and our power here. That's going to be the next card. It's just crit chance and power. So I'm looking at the Rift Magus Scepter or the Spear of the Rift Hunter here. Yeah, so this card here is going to even out the crit chance and the power, but power is still going to have 1 point more than crit chance with this card just by the card itself, which means that if we do a wound and power, so far it's even with just 1 more point in power. And if we do we can do 1 more in power, or actually we could do 1 more in crit chance here, because alright, this is going to be the four 12-point cards, and the builds that I like to make are 4 12-point cards with 2 6-point cards, and you know, we can change that up a bit if we need to, if we can't make it work. But this is going to be the big cards, the big end game cards here. This is going to give you pretty much the ratio of attack and power and attack speed that you want. We have here 3, 3, and 3 crit. That's 9. 3, 3, 3, and 3. That's 12. So that's 21 in crit chance. Here we have 12, 13 in power / pen. Right, 13. 3, 3, and 3, and then plus the 4 from the card. Yeah, that's 13. And another 4. That's 18. And then the 1 here is 19, and the 1 here is 20. So yeah, 20 power, 12 attack speed, and like I said, crit chance is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 12. 15, 18, 21. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so actually, we are a little bit. Oh, actually, that's fine. Because it's a hyper carry build, but I still don't like to not have a ward. So, it's my weakness, I guess. I'm ward dependent. I like to ward everywhere. There's just no other way around it. I just like to ward everywhere. But with all this crit chance, we definitely do need a crit bonus card. Just gonna throw the build off here, but we'll see what we can do. I'll be right back. Alright, okay. So ideally, what you would want to do, right? What you would want to do is you would want to have a crit bonus card here. Let's say Blade Upper Guard, just for shits and giggles. This isn't gonna work, right? Ideally, this is what you would want, right? This is like perfect. The only problem is that we are, I believe, we're at 69 CP here with this build. Let's do a quick count here. 12, 12, 12, and 12, right? 12 times 4, 48. 48 plus 6 is 54. 54 plus 9 is 63. So we actually have 63. So, which means that we are 3 points above our allowance of total CPs worth cards here. Endgame, anyways. So, what we have to do is we have to pretty much just reduce all of our CP by 3 in general. So how do we do that while still keeping the ratio in stats pretty much the same, right? We have to really try to get in there pretty much, right? So let's see here. We could just simply remove 1 CP's worth of stats from each of the 4 cards of the 4 the end game cards, and that will give us enough to do that. I mean, that's not a bad idea. I'm thinking about doing that. Let's see if we can do something else here. 12, 12, 24, 24, 36, 36, 48. 48 plus 6 is 54. 54 plus 9 is 63. 63 points above our allowance here. So if we can, let's see, the crit chance is right around where it needs to be. The one that's kind of a little bit over is the power, but we kind of want that. We don't want to. Actually, the power is well above over. Well above. So, what can we do here to allow us? We don't want to look at crit chance cards. Let's look at crit chance cards here. And right now, what I'm looking for, in general, what I'm looking for are cards that give us the stats that we want without requiring a fully upgraded bonus, which it doesn't look like we're going to get it from chance here. That's might not be the best. What about attack speed? Scarab Claws doesn't look too bad. Alright, I don't think that's going to allow us for nearby allies. I think our only option would be to lower the CP cost of these cards here. Right now with this build, we are around 63 CP. We are at 63 CP out of the allowed 60, which means that we need to lower everything by a total net decrease of 3 CP. So what we can do, so I am thinking about targeting power cards here. I think decreasing power in total would be the best here, because we do have power coming from the blade and from the ward. So if we do the math right quick again, let's see how much CPs worth of power we have total in the deck. We have 5 from here and 4 from here. That's 9. And power and pen counts the same. Remember that power and pen counts the same. So we have 1 from here. That's 10 total. 10 plus this is 13. 10 plus 13 is 23. 24. 24 plus 4 is 28. 28 total power. Let's see crit chance now. We have 3, 3, and 3. That's 9. Plus another 12 is 21. Okay, that's 21. That's all the crit chance that there is. And we have 12 attack speed. So we are definitely well over the amount of power that we need. So the 3 CP that we need to reduce has to come from the power. It definitely has to come from the power. So what I am thinking about doing is we could power change some power for chance maybe. 3, 3, and 3 is 12. 12 plus 9 is 21. We're at 21. Crit chance and 28 power. So if we get rid of the Voiced Dagger for a card that does crit chance instead, crit power and crit chance instead of, we're gonna take a hit in penetration. However, we are still the math behind it still will generate more DPS. 28 and 21, so that is a 7-point difference. So if you get rid of the Voiced Dagger, we might not even take that big of a hit. Right, 7-point difference. So we have 7 points to play around with. We can keep the Pierce. Where's my Dire Pierce? There it is. Keep the Dire Pierce. Then and Dire Wound. So I removed 12 total from power / pen, so that put me at 16. Crit chance is still the same, so 3 and 3 is a 6, so that's 27. 17. 20. I think that'll work. Will that work? I'm not sure. Let's count again. And right, we are pretty heavily focused here. I mean, I still haven't decreased the overall cost of the deck. Right now I'm just trying to even out the math so that when I do take off what I need to take off, I can just do it evenly and the math will stay the same. So in power, we have 5 here and 4 here, so that's 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 3 and 1 is 7. So 10 plus 7 is 17. 17 plus 1 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. Okay, so now let's look at crit chance. Crit chance here is 3, 3, and 3. That's 9. 9 plus 12 is 21. 21 plus another 6 is 27. So now we kind of just flipped it. You know, we were too high in crit chance now. So actually, I think what I can do is instead of this, put this with the same cards here. Bam, bam, bam. Let's see if that worked out. All right, so let's see if that worked out. We have 5 plus 6 now is 11, plus the 1 is 12, plus the 7 is 19, plus the 4 is 21. Right, I did that right, didn't I? Dire pierce and dire pierce and another small pierce. That's 7, yeah. 7 plus 1 pierce is 8, plus 6 total power here is 14, plus 5 total power here is 19, plus 4 total power here is 23. So there we go, that's 23, and then plus the 1 pierce 24. 24 total power slash pen. And now we look at crit chance. Crit chance here, we have 3, 3, and 1, that's 7, plus 12 from here is 19, plus 6 from here is 25. And what did I say power was at? I think it said 24. Let's count it again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 plus 6 is 19. 19 plus 5 is 24. So yeah, that's actually pretty close on the money there. Pretty close on the money. I'm trying to think if there's another way to get that. Just switch 1 point from crit chance into power. I think the only way to actually do it would be to get rid of this Viper Bolt for another Grim.Exe Scepter. $12, 18, 19, 21, 24. I think we should do that. Get rid of this one Viper Bolt because we're getting enough dire pierce from these 2 cards right here. 24, 28 total pierce. Yeah, that's more than enough. So what we're gonna do is gonna get rid of this the Viper Bolt and just switch over what it will essentially equal out to be. We have 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 in the opposite direction. So that's going to be a 2. Yeah, that's perfect. So this with full wound on it. Perfect. So let's take a look at the math one last time because I think I've got it. I think I've got it. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in power. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. 22. 22 plus 4, 26. So that's 26 CP's worth of power total. Now if we look at crit chance, We have 3, 3, and 3 is 9, plus the 1 is 10. Plus another 6, 16, plus a 1 is 17. Plus another 3 is 20. Plus another 3 is 23. So yeah, perfect. Really good. Really, really good. So now what we need to do is we need to decrease the total value of CP here by 3. Because right now, if you add it all up, we're at 63, right? 6 and 9 is 15. 15 plus these 4 cards is 48. So that is 63. So we can reduce everything by 3 points total. If we look at it, what we probably want to reduce here, in generally speaking, I would say I'm going to say maybe a reduce. We want to reduce some pierce. If we go down in pierce by 2, we can go down in crit chance by 1, and that'll still give us pretty much the same stats that we want. So let's take away 1 dire pierce and put a regular pierce. Let's take away 1 dire wound and put a regular wound. And let's take away, we could do another. We could do power. We could do pierce. I feel like decreasing pierce in general is a little bit better than decreasing power. Well, we don't want to lose that much pierce because we are a carry and we need to break through that pierce. And right now we are at 24 total pierce, and I think that is actually a pretty nice number to be at. So we are going to go ahead and reduce 1 major power for a smaller power. Now what this is going to do is that it makes these 3 cards here 11-point cards total, right? Which is still okay. It's not that big of a deal. Ooh, boy, that took a while. So this is still a 12-point card. Alright, so now what we need to do is figure out some early game cards that will make it easier to transition into these later game cards. So right from the get-go, this is the only 12-point card that we have, so let's make an early version, a 6-point card version of that card with just triple kinetic there, just to be able to get, basically just get that online a little bit quicker. We don't need penetration early on. All we need is power and crit chance early on. So what we're gonna do is we are going to make we could actually just make, should we make 2 Rift Scepters or 2 Spears of the Rift Hunters? That is my question. Interesting. Quite interesting. So I feel like going into damage and crit chance early on would be best. Getting the most of both worlds. Yes, so let's go with this. And we will simply do 2 3-point cards. Oops. Yeah. With just power. Because we're getting 3 points of crit chance from the card itself. So we want to maximize power. And that's the build. Now all you need to do here is add health pot and 2 cast tokens. Yeah, pretty much. One drawback to the build that I can tell already is that you're gonna have to just build a couple cards here from scratch, right? Because let's say you start off with a cast and health pot, 2 cast token health pot, right? Which is a pretty basic start. That's 3 CPs, right? You're gonna have to build the Brawler Sword here from scratch. You're just gonna have to, right? After that, you're gonna go into both these 6-point cards here. Obviously, they all have to get built from scratch. Double spear and then whirling wand, right? So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 6-point cards that you build from scratch. Now you have 3 slots already taken up, so that means that you're gonna have to replace your cast tokens. So you keep the health pot around for as long as you can. And again, this is a hyper carry build, so there is no sustain. There's just no sustain. You're gonna have to just kill everybody really fast, and you can with this build. So yeah, so then after you build your 6-point, your 4 is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 6-point cards. You'll have a health pot and cast token left. Then you have to go into your Blade of Agora from pretty much the get-go, like pretty much, yeah, like it's only a 9-point card, which is yay, only a 9-point card, woohoo. However, it's still a 9-point card. You still have to save up 9 points, and if you wanted to, if you don't feel comfortable going full hyper carry like this with just no survivability, just pretty much just damage, you could replace the Blade of Agora with a Black Blood Virus here. However, this card here is worth 1 more CP in total than Blade of Agora after being fully upgraded, so that means you're gonna have to replace another CP of, I would say, just crit chance, just decrease crit chance by a little bit, or if you want to just get rid of 1 attack speed as well. So let's actually do that just so people can see how it looks like. So right, we get rid of 1 CP of attack speed here, and get rid of that. Add this with triple drain, right? Because we lost 4 points of power there, so we don't need as much attack speed, you know. But we still want the other stuff as well. So because we lost 4 points of power, we also need to go back and redo this. We do a wound and a major cast instead. Yeah. And this is already taken out from that. Right, yeah. There. What we do here as well, we do a big pierce and a smaller wound. So that's how it would change the build up. We basically just rearrange some of those points that we lost in power from the crit bonus card here. We take a little bit of crit chance away, a little bit of attack speed away, and put it into lifesteal and power, pretty much. Just lifesteal and power. That's how that would change up the build in general. Not that big of a change, and I mean, you know, having a little bit of sustain is always a good thing. So let's go over the final end game build here, just to make sure that we are at 60 CP. We have a Brawler's War towards all the way towards the end. I mean, a lot of people say if you build a hyper carry, that you don't build wards, just go full out, you know, balls in damage. I don't like doing that. I simply do not like doing that. Even though it's a hyper carry build, I still want vision. I want to have the ability to split push, and the only way to split push is if you have wards. because then you can ward the points of entry to the lane that you're split pushing. That way, if they start to come towards you, you can set up a counter gank or something of that nature, or just escape, right? So Flawless Ward, 6 points. Rift Magus Scepter, Viper Bolt, and Whirling Wand, all 11-point cards, right? So that's 11 by 4, that's 44, plus the initial 6, it's 50. And then you have the Black Blood Virus here at 10, so that is in fact 60 points total build. With you have an early game Whirling Wand there to be replaced with a late game Whirling Wand, and you have double Spear of the Rift Hunter here that can be used as pretty much stepping stones for your Rift Magus Scepter, for both Rift Magus Scepters. The only bad part about this build is that you will have to build both the Black Blood Virus and one other of the 12-point cards or the 11-point cards from scratch. So you're not going to have like an early game variant of it, although for most of the cards you will. Right? So 2 cards you build from scratch, 2 late game cards you build Black Blood Virus from scratch, and then whichever one you choose of the 11-point cards. Probably I would go with Viper Vault because it has pretty much just a bunch of Pierce. It also has some crit chance, which you want, but because it has so much Pierce, it's only really going to be effective late game. So leave all your other cards there. Leave the Viper Vault for last. Maybe if you, just leave it for last. Pretty much. Don't bother building it too early on because it's just that's the last card that you're gonna need. You could even you could keep a cast token for the whole match if you want, or a health pot for the whole match. But leave the Viper Bolt for last because it has so much Pierce. It's only really going to be effective once people have their basic armor working. So yeah, that's the build. That's my .exe hyper carry build here. You're gonna be seeing a lot of damage. You have some sustain. You could change that out for just power, or you can go back. I showed you earlier on the Blade of Agora version, and then I just switched over to the Black Blood Virus version. So it's not perfect in terms of the math, but it's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close to perfect. So like 3 or 4 CP off isn't gonna make that big of a difference anyways. At that point, whatever difference that makes could easily be compensated for with actual good playstyle, with just your playstyle. So that's the Grim build. He has one of the best basic attacks in the game, and yeah, he's just really tough to get away from if you play him properly. Remember, he is an intermediate hero, so he's not autopilot like a Sparrow or a Murdoch is, where you just hold down left trigger and kill. You actually have to think about it. You actually have to take into consideration his, the enemy and you and everything. So intermediate does come into play. Actually, I would say he's an expert level hero, not an intermediate. But overall, just play him smart, and you will be able to deal out the damage. He loves crit chance. He loves power / penetration. And like I said, you only need a little bit of attack speed. Like, this is all the attack speed you need. Everything else is just crit chance and power. Yeah. So yeah. Thanks for watching. It was a little bit long video, but we actually covered 2 slightly different builds here, and hopefully you can take it in game and really do some damage with it. Don't underestimate the Grim, because he will wreck. He will eat through people's defenses, especially once you get this Viper Bolt online and you're piercing 28 points of armor. Just that's scary damage. It is scary damage. You're gonna be hitting really freaking hard. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.